Here's more wrestling news for July 27th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include John Cena's status after WWE SummerSlam is revealed, Kenny Omega opens up about crossover between AEW and WWE, Brian Blair's son Brett found tragically murdered, Miro's challenger for AEW TNT Championship announced, Malachi Black on Vince McMahon's hilarious reaction to wearing jeans, Cody Rhodes expected to take time off from AEW next month, released WWE superstar ready to return as Alexa Bliss's Lily, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on possible return to WWE, WWE wrestler to receive the Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award, WWE's current planned date for Saudi Arabia return, and more. We are starting off with John Cena, who will be at this Friday's SmackDown in Minneapolis, but that's not the only place fans will see the 16-time WWE World Champion. This Friday, the Suicide Squad will hit cinemas, in which Cena will play Peacemaker and share the screen with some pretty big names. On Instagram, Sylvester Stallone shared a behind-the-scenes photo of himself and Cena, who was decked out in the Peacemaker costume. Stallone won't appear in the movie himself, but is providing the voice for King Shark, an anthropomorphic shark who has no problem eating whole people. We hope that this James Gunn project does better than 2016's Suicide Squad, which was panned by audiences and critics alike, as Cena's star power in Hollywood continues to grow. Cena only recently returned to WWE at Money in the Bank, and the summer of Cena won't come to an end when he faces Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. It's no secret that WWE has been struggling to sell tickets for their September 10th show in Madison Square Garden, and it's now been confirmed that Cena will be on the card. That episode of SmackDown will be a Super SmackDown and feature superstars from Raw as well. Given that MSG was WWE's stomping ground for decades, it must be worrying that they're struggling to sell tickets, and it may be down to inflated ticket prices and the fact that fans must prove they're vaccinated before entering. We'll have to see if Cena's appearance can move the needle, especially since AEW are doing great ticket sale numbers in the New York area. AEW news next, as the company has partnered with both Impact and New Japan since their start in 2019, but a crossover with WWE hasn't happened yet. Famously, WWE doesn't work well with others, but that hasn't deterred AEW Executive Vice President and World Champion Kenny Omega. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Omega said that he feels the world is evolving and those in the wrestling world are becoming more open-minded, adding that an AEW-WWE crossover is not impossible. So far, the closest to a crossover has been Chris Jericho's appearance on the Broken Skull Sessions, and whilst a full crossover show may never happen, Omega is still holding out hope for what would be a historic event. We've got some tragic news next, as Brett Blair, the son of former WWE superstar Brian Blair, has been murdered at the age of 29. Brett's body was found at a construction site, according to Dave Meltzer, who said that there's no clues he's aware of at this time. Brett was Brian Blair's oldest son and, as you may have guessed, was named after two-time WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart. As for Brian, he's best known as one half of the Killer Bees in WWE and later became CEO of the Cauliflower Alley Club. Brian also served as Hillsborough County Commissioner in Florida alongside his wife Toni and sons Brett and Bradley. Brett attended Chamberlain High School in Tampa and was competitive in baseball and golf, and we're sending our deepest condolences to the Blair family at this awful time. More from AEW, as Miro has been a dominant TNT champion and his next opponent for the gold has been confirmed. On AEW Dark Evolution, Lee Johnson picked up a win over Luther, and on the August 4th homecoming, he'll have a chance at toppling the Bulgarian when they meet for the title. The August 4th edition of Dynamite will also mark the AEW in-ring debut of Malachi Black, who's been impressive since jumping ship from WWE. Black's debut earlier this month came thanks to a clerical error with WWE's non-compete clause, and that's hardly his only story from his time in Vince McMahon's promotion. Speaking to the Wrestling Perspective podcast, Black discussed last year's Money in the Bank ladder match, where superstars had to race to the top of WWE's headquarters, and the unique attire Vince McMahon wore for the shoot. He said, "It had something to do with the fact that he had a really busy day, and he felt that he was a bit overworked, and he thought, Well, hey, I'm in my own environment, so today I'm not going to be too formal. I mean, he's still always in his suit, he always looks really well dressed up, but he was wearing jeans and I wasn't expecting it. I remember going, "Jeans, sir?" And he went, "It's one of those days." Fans are used to seeing McMahon dressed in some ridiculously expensive suits, and that it's no wonder why the image of the boss in jeans threw off the former NXT champion. But at 75 years old and with an estimated net worth of $1.9 billion, the chairman rightly feels he can wear whatever he pleases. Malachi Black made his debut for AEW by attacking Cody Rhodes and Arn Anderson, and the former TNT champion will be Black's first opponent in the company. We know that the match will happen on the August 4th Homecoming Dynamite in Jacksonville, and win, lose, or draw, it'll probably be the last time fans see Cody for a while. That's according to Dave Meltzer, who reports that Cody is leaving to film the Go Big show shortly after the August 4th show, if not immediately after that week's Dynamite. If Cody is to take a hiatus in August, it'd make sense for Black to get the win in his first match since joining the company, and time will tell who walks away with the win on next Wednesday's Dynamite. Back to WWE, as Alexa Bliss and Lily have creeped out pretty much everyone on Monday Night Raw, but not everyone is terrified of the demonic doll. Speaking on Those Wrestling Girls podcast, Chelsea Green claimed she was open to a WWE return, but only under a very specific change of character. She said, "Honestly, if they called me and said, 'Do you want to be Lily?' I would in a heartbeat, because that is totally the type of character that I just feel like we need to see, and I want to be that person." Green also claimed that she was jealous of Bliss for getting to team with The Fiend and wanted to team with them before her release earlier this year. Following Lily's debut, there had been speculation that some wrestler would become the avatar for the demonic spirit, possibly so Bliss could re-enter the women's tag team title scene. So far, that hasn't happened, and Lily remains just a doll, but if WWE ever wants to give the demonic toy a human form, they know exactly who to call. We are looking ahead to November Survivor Series pay-per-view, which WWE and fans alike are hopeful will see an appearance by The Rock. This year's event will mark 25 years since the Brahma Bull's debut, and it's been rumored that his appearance will build towards a match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 38. Now those plans may be on hold, as when Entertainment Tonight spoke to The Rock at the premiere of his Jungle Cruise film and asked about a WWE return, the former world champion said, "There's nothing." Of course, it's possible that Rock is misdirecting fans and trying to throw people off the scent, but it's telling that he was so quick to refute the reports of a return. It's been reported that WWE are hoping to have any kind of appearance by The Rock in the near future, and would be fine with having a tag match if the risk of an injury during a singles match is too great. But we'll have to wait until November to see if any of the company's plans come true. Back to the present, and we're sending our congratulations to Titus O'Neil, who will be receiving the Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award. The award, which celebrates individuals who have used their sporting profiles to benefit their communities, has previously been held by the likes of MLB's Nelson Cruz, Kevin Durant, and Chris Paul of the LA Clippers. Titus's victory marks the first time a WWE superstar has won the award, and given his constant charity work in the Tampa area, he certainly deserves this prestigious accolade. More from AEW is next month. The company will begin airing their new Rampage show, and it could have an even wider reach than Dynamite. That's according to Dave Meltzer, who said that the All Elite promotion is in talks for Rampage to be aired in several other countries, most notably Canada and the UK. As it stands, AEW doesn't have a TV deal in the UK, but does air Dynamite through Fight. It's also noted that talks are ongoing for AEW Rampage to be aired in Brazil and across South America, Germany, Italy, France, and India. Rampage will premiere on August 13th, and with the reported debuts of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan expected in September, fans around the world will be tuning in droves to see if these TV deals go through. And we're ending with WWE, whose last show in Saudi Arabia was in February 2020, and we now know when the superstars will be competing in the Middle East nation again. Andrew Zarian reports that a source in WWE said that the next Saudi show will be in October if there's no travel restrictions by then. Any Saudi shows WWE missed over the past year have been tacked on to the end of WWE's existing deal, as their controversial relationship with the Kingdom will now be even longer than originally planned. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.